Now, the Palestinian Health Ministry says at least one person has died after dozens of Israeli settlers attacked a Palestinian village in the West Bank. Well, our international affairs editor, Dominic Waghorn, is in Israel for us this morning. So, Dominic, what can you tell us about this incident?
Well, this is a serious development because it couldn't really come at a worse time. It's happened on the West Bank, but it's happening at a time when the Gaza ceasefire talks are at a very sensitive stage in Qatar. And obviously, any unprovoked attack on Palestinians anywhere in this region is going to make it harder for their politicians, for the Hamas leaders and negotiators in Qatar to make the concessions required to reach a ceasefire agreement. And what we know about what happened in this village of Jeet, which is in the West Bank, is that dozens of masked Jewish extremist settlers descended from a settlement nearby and went on a rampage through the village. They were armed with knives and guns. The Palestinians say they set fire to a number of homes, some of them with families still inside. Those families escaped, but there have been a number of injuries, and one Palestinian man has been killed. These settlers shot at Palestinians, as well as torching various homes. They set fire to property and half a dozen vehicles. Now, the Israeli military are saying that they got to the scene fairly quickly, but from what we've seen from the video, they didn't get there in time to stop a huge amount of damage. The village is literally, parts of it literally set ablaze, and it has been condemned by the Israeli government, by the US government, and by other European governments. But critics of the Israeli government would say this is what you get if you promote members of the extremist far-right settler movement into high office in your own government. People like Itamar Ben-Gvir, who is the head of national security, who is a man with a string of convictions for anti-Arab racist abuses and membership of terrorist extremist organisations. And earlier this week, he went on to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, the most sensitive site at the heart of this conflict, with a group of extremist Jewish settlers in a provocative tour of that site that was condemned by his own government. So it heightens tensions, it inflames tensions, and it has to be said, one of the worst of such attacks. But there have been a whole string of them since October the 7th. The UN says there have been 1,250 different incidents, 120 of which have led to fatalities or injuries when Jewish settlers have gone on the rampage and attacked Palestinians in the West Bank.